Are we getting ready to find new highs in ICP? And that's something we're going to talk about right now. And the short answer is maybe. And the other answer is, well, maybe not. And let's talk about why both of those could happen here. You can see in ICP, we had a fantastic run up starting back really in October, you could say, from about 3. We went up through November, hit a very nice high in December, and then continued going even higher toward the middle or the beginning of January up to and over 15. Okay, so ICP increased over 500% in a matter of about 10 weeks. Since then, ICP has been in this very, not tight range, but steady range. We've got this range from about 10 to 15 roughly that ICP has been in for about a month to about 5 weeks now. It's very clearly a range where we're experiencing sideways movement and nothing but, and in fact, we're right in the middle of this range for ICP right now. The reason we're seeing that is, well, we've kind of been ranging in Bitcoin, okay? Why do we care about Bitcoin when we talk about ICP? Because if I look at this Bitcoin dominance chart, which shows how much of the crypto market cap does Bitcoin is made up of Bitcoin, it's right now 52%, and it's been above 50% for some time now, which means 50% of the value of all crypto is Bitcoin. So it makes sense that wherever Bitcoin goes is definitely going to influence the other coins, including ICP. That's why I always go to Bitcoin when I'm doing any type of analysis on other altcoins. And you can see we entered this range. This is a range of about 40,000 to 45,000 roughly. We've entered this range back in the 1st of December. And we've been in this range minus this pop out that lasted for about 4 days and this pop under that lasted for about 4 days. We've been in this range for about 2 months now. What I'm seeing now is a little push. Actually, it's a pretty big push up to over 44,000, and I'm seeing that already today. And it looks like we're going to be making a decision here in Bitcoin pretty soon. Why do we have a decision coming up? Because this indecision right here, this ranging, means that there's no catalyst for Bitcoin to go higher, to push it higher. There's really no catalyst to push it lower. And the market can't decide really what it wants to do. In fact, it's kind of content where it's at. There's two schools of thought about where Bitcoin is going next. Some are saying that Bitcoin is going to, let's see if I can do this, go up about or above 45,000 and bounce around, kind of range here and be setting up around this area for a nice push up into 50,000 and above here over the next couple of months, especially considering that we have the Bitcoin halving coming up sometime in April, which has always been a bullish sign for Bitcoin. Okay, so some are saying we've already put in our lows here back here in toward the end of January, and we're starting to creep up now, just setting up for this nice push higher. There are other schools of thought that say no, and these are people that I trust as well. I think both of these situations are plausible. I think both could happen, which is why nothing's happening really, I think, at this point. I think we could, and this is what others are saying, that we're going to go up and hit 45,000, but that we are simply going to bounce off of 45,000 around that area and wander on down here, and that we have not entered our lows yet. In fact, that we really need to enter this 34 to 38,000 area for a proper correction for Bitcoin from these nice runs we've been having. Then we'll set up for the move up into 50,000 later this year. Okay, so did you get me? Some are saying we've already put in our lows and we're coming up here to set up to blast off, and others are saying no, 45,000, we're going to bounce off that and then move on down. My point now is we're getting really close to that 45,000. We're really getting close to this point of, hey, we're going to have to be seeing a decision soon, unless we're going to continue to range, which could happen, but we're about to hit that 45,000, which we haven't been around since the middle of January. So we may be getting our answer pretty soon on Bitcoin. We have the same range in ICP, and I think ICP obviously is going to generally follow what Bitcoin's going to do. So if Bitcoin breaks out of its range and gets up to about that 45,000 area and starts setting higher, ICP should start going back up and challenging this 14 to 15 area. Conversely, if Bitcoin goes up and then goes down into the lower or the upper 30s again, say 36,000, 37, 38, it wouldn't surprise me for ICP to go back down to this 10 level. Now, ICP is very, very range bound. So I think one thing ICP is going to do is it's going to lag behind. Usually the altcoins do lag Bitcoin by a few days to a few weeks. And I think ICP is going to be one of those laggards just because it has such an intense range that it's in. I mean, you can see how range bound it has been the past month or so. And I think that's going to continue for the foreseeable future. It's really going to decide on what Bitcoin wants to do and which way Bitcoin goes. Until Bitcoin starts making a newer high up into the 45,000, maybe even breaking the high of that 48, 49,000, I don't think ICP is going to break above its range. And I don't really think it's going to break below until, but even if Bitcoin gets down into the mid 30s, I'm not even sure ICP would break this range of 10 either, because it's just been so strong in this range right here. So we really need to wait and see what Bitcoin's going to do. ICP is just kind of hanging out, and I think it's going to continue to hang out. So you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to practice some patience here. But one thing it does look like we might see with Bitcoin, we might start getting our answer soon, and I'm looking forward to the answer. Nothing is more boring to me than crypto just sitting here, although I certainly don't want to see big falls coming either. Nobody wants to see that. So I'm hoping the first school of thought is correct, that we're going to break above this 45,000, sit here for a few, and then break on higher. That could happen. And if it does, look out ICP. It's going to be in for some newer highs as well. That could be happening here over the next few weeks. We'll just keep an eye on it and watch together. Either way, that's what you need to be watching for. Very range bound. Watch for the extremes on those ranges, and we'll see how price reacts when it reaches those. All right, y'all take care and be careful out there.